I cannot believe that the universe has brought me to this day where I am sitting here telling you about this book I read that made me want to erase my own memory and take my time back. Oh God! So if you can't tell by now, this is a rant, so welcome. So as everything does nowadays, this all started with a TikTok. It was reading the dedications of this book that's actually very funny. I kind of knew what I was getting into reading that dedication and picking up the book. I actually knew what I was getting into, but there was something good about this book. Actually, it wasn't, but what I thought was going to be good about this book that I was going to like was that it's supposed to be a villain romance, right? That's what it says right there. It says for girls who like to do it with a villain, right? And so I was like, cool. A book where the villain gets the girl. That's my girl. That's my type. That's my book. I need to read that. It was not that. Oh my God, I am in so much pain. I finished it last night and I have been in pain for 18 hours now. I can't even explain it to you. As you can tell by the title of this video, it's a fan fiction, and I'm pretty sure, this is my assumption, but I'm pretty sure that this is a fan fiction of The Cruel Prince, Sergei Mass books, basically just Fae, and The Shadowhunters, with a lot of smut. And the smut in this is just not good. It's not okay. It's bad. Oh my God, who would like this? Okay, I'm gonna stop screaming and actually give you a proper review. So let's go. So first of all, we start with this girl named London. We very soon in the beginning, we realize that London is a very horny girl. Now, I don't know why this is a trend now, that they just don't show the female protagonist as someone who is a virgin or just doesn't like to be, fucked or anything like that. But they show them very horny. Like, they go places just to sleep with people. I'm not saying that any of these is good, okay? Why can't your protagonist just be normal? So this London girl is in college with her very best friend, Ben. We find out that Ben has very good grades and has this scholarship in this college, and London is here just because she wants to be with Ben. They're not sexually intertwined, they're not together, they're just friends, but we're reminded over and over again that they've seen each other naked, and Ben has basically just pulled London together every night she came in home drunk or hammered, and Ben has literally bathed her. On the other hand, by the way, this is a book with two perspectives, okay? One of London and one of Knight. That's right, his name is Knight. The names in this book, I can't even tell you. These are the names. Knight, Creed, Sinner, Legend. Oh my God. Like, one of them is literally named Legend, and one of them is Sinner, and his brothers call him Sin. And their father's name, actually it's not their father. It's one of the elders in the Fae people, and his name is Odin something. I don't know. It was so The writer didn't even think about any of the names. Like, literally just search into Google and be like, generate names. And it generates you names that are better than Creed, Legend, Sinner, and Knight. Please, for the love of God. Anyway, Knight is our male protagonist who is supposed to be the villain guy who London actually falls for. I cannot tell you, like, there is not a plot in this book. It doesn't have a plot. It only has weird scenarios. I can't even tell you. Nothing happens in this book. They just go places, fuck each other, go other places, and just threaten each other, and then fuck each other again, threaten each other, and then do that all over again. The premise of this book is that London is a human girl and Knight is a fae, and not just any fae. He is the son of the Dark Lord or something, and they're supposed to be like very dark creatures. They are bad people, and the only way that Knight's villainy is shown is that he has very bad anger issues. He doesn't have a brain. He beats the shit out of everyone, and he rapes. I don't think I'm supposed to say that on a video, but he doesn't give a shit about consent. That's better. You get the idea, right? Where even was I? I don't even know what to talk about here. The premise of the story. Yes. So London is supposed to be this human girl and Knight is a fae. And very early on, Knight is like, I don't ever want to mate because whoever mates first has to become lord and take the throne and everything, and I don't want to do that. Also, if you're mated, you're gonna have to be loyal for the rest of your life, and who wants that? I want to be fucking everybody. But obviously, he is going to be the first one who mates because guess who his mate is? That's right, it's Ben. That would have been a much better story, but no, you're wrong. It was London, okay? It's London. And this whole book, these two are just like, why am I so obsessed with this person? I don't like them. Like, ugh. But then they fuck each other. Like Knight is all the time is like, I want to crush her skull. I hate her. I want to kill her. But I'm so obsessed with her and I want to protect her and I love her and I want to be with her. Oh my God, what the fuck is happening to me? We as readers, we know that they're mates and we're screaming through the pages, okay? And you might think that, okay, this is very obvious. They're gonna figure it out, right? Guess when they figure it out? Like this whole time, it's so obvious. Like London is not supposed to know about the mate and fae thing or anything. That's understandable, but Knight knows it. He knows all the symptoms. He knows all the legends that go around him. Not his brother, the actual legend. And he's still like, no, she cannot be because she's a human and we cannot mate with a human. As if it's not just completely possible that she's not human and there's a plot twist coming. Of course not, right? Because this isn't fantasy. That shit only happens in fantasy books, right? Right. So, yeah, we figure out that she is actually not a human, but actually a very powerful fae who has killed Knight's sister in the past, who was actually her best friend. Oh no, right? And by the way, if you don't know, it's a series, which I am not going to continue because I love my brain and I want to keep what's left of it. But back to the show. So this is what we figure out. Now, here's the thing. Here are the problems with this book. So if you're still here, buckle up because we are ranting, baby. So, first of all, the biggest issue with this book is that it's supposed to show you the villainy of this really hot character, and you're supposed to fall for him, right? Well, there are rules for that. In entertainment, I cannot even start counting how many villains there are that are loved by people. I have a list of names, but there are some rules to that. A villain you're supposed to love never disrespects women sexually. Now, I want you to go over your list because I know you have it. Think of Hannibal. Think of Moriarty. Literally anyone. There are so many I can't even. Think of Loki, right? Have you ever thought of them as someone who sexualizes women without their consent? No, because villainy is different than being a shit of a person. There's a line, okay? This is fiction and we're allowed to like bad people in fiction, but there's still a line. And in this book, that line was so just all over the place. It was scattered and gone at some points. And so the author wanted to show him as like this really bad person who's like dark and villainy and blah. But all we saw is someone who deserves jail. Not a villain, a criminal. Something that makes me very uncomfortable in this book is consent. I'm sure Sarah J. Maas doesn't write like that. I'm pretty sure Cassandra Clare doesn't write like that. Even, Cassie writes about, incest. Okay, draw the line somewhere. But even she doesn't write about rape like that, like it's nothing. None of these respectful authors write like that. So I'm hoping that BookTok doesn't make this book a big deal because it shouldn't be. It really, really shouldn't be. It romanticizes something that should not ever be romanticized. And if a girl reads this that doesn't know better, might actually think that this is romantic and this is hot, and this is love, which is not. Another theme that I really hate in this book is that it's like love. They love each other. They're mates. But all they do is hurt each other and hate each other. And it's just sexual. Like, it's nothing else. It's literally nothing else. And the scenes are just brutal in that sense. I am one of those people who just love brutal things. I love gore. I like violence and, chainsaw stuff. But this just makes me uncomfortable, and it should not exist in the form of literature. So, there are 4 brothers, if I'm not mistaken. 4 brothers and 1 best friend who's called Silver, by the way. I'm shocked. And they basically do group sex together with London. Like, at some scenes, London is just like shoved into a corner and, all 4 brothers are just like into her. And I was like, okay, fine, because London is a very horny person and these people are in her college, so fine. But then I found out that they're immortal. And because I don't know a lot about Fae, I haven't read a lot about Fae, so I didn't realize that it was a recurring theme, that they're supposed to be like ancient. So when I found that out, I was like, no. And in some scenes, we are in London's POV, and in her head, she's like, no, I don't want this. Please stop. And then Night doesn't ever stop. How does that make you feel, by the way? How? So there's one scene that I absolutely hate and I will be thinking about for the rest of my life, and I hope that girls don't read that, is a scene where London is asleep and Knight, being a powerful, Lord Fay or something, is able to easily get into her bedroom. And he's just watching her for a while. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I am obsessed with her. I really want her. So let's get into it. And he violates her in her sleep. And then we change POVs to London's POV. And she's screaming for it to stop while she's asleep. She's having a nightmare of this happening, and she's screaming for it to stop, and Knight, knowing all this, just doesn't. I would hate that for a reader, any reader, to ever, like, at any point in their lives, they think that this is romantic, that this is okay to happen. I really hope that this book is just wiped out of the planet, because it's very problematic and I would not recommend to anyone. Also, the writing is bad, the plot is bad, the characters are bad, everything is bad in this book. It should not exist. I hate it with my very own existence. Tell me what you think, and please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. I started out very different than this because I didn't realize the things I was going to say, and at the end of this video I'm just depressed at this point, because I had to remind myself of the very just dark scenes in this book that I had to talk about them, that I'm just like not okay right now. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I will see you next week.